to DFW Close-Up. When looking at houses, a fixer-upper isn't something everyone wants to invest in, but Amy Bloom from NetWorth Realty has some inexpensive tricks to flip like a pro without costing an arm and a leg. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. Now, NetWorth Realty is something that you and your husband started, right?
Yes, we also have partners in Houston and in San Antonio.
Okay.
And we sell properties all over Texas, Georgia. We're going up to Minnesota now, so we are selling properties all over the place.
Now, how did this whole thing start?
We sell properties to investors who are looking for a great investment. They want us to do all the research. We tell them how much they need to put into the property, so there's no surprises. We're full service, so we go and we check it out. We get a rehab bid for them. We help them through the process and help them put it on the market. And we found that there was a real need for that. People were kind of going in blindly into investment real estate, and they weren't getting the right property at the right prices.
Fixing up stuff, especially a house, is probably one of my least favorite things. But I mean, it takes, you know, people like you that have a passion for it to help people like me. So I mean, what do you really love about it? I mean,
I love to see something transition from something that's not attractive. Maybe it's a blight on the neighborhood. It's a house that you drive by and you're like, oh, you know, it could be so much nicer.
That's so sad.
And you know, you just put a little bit of love into it. You know what the market needs. You know, a lot of houses, they just need some nice, you know, some nice paint, some new carpet, some new windows, and it really is just, it makes the neighborhood more attractive. It brings everybody's property values up. Right now, in the Dallas Metroplex, our prices are up 7% over last year.
Right.
So you go in there and you make a house really nice, and it helps the whole neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, my mom, she loves to do stuff like that, and I mean, I really respect you, people like y'all that, you know, really can see it right then and kind of know what something needs to be done.
You do kind of have to have an eye for the transformation, but once you've done a few, you really sort of know what a house can look like with just a few simple changes.
Sure.
Sometimes it's as easy as doing paint and carpet and new windows. Other times the house just needs to be opened up. Maybe it's a really bad floor plan. A lot of the floor plans from the 50s and 60s were really small and cramped, and just go in there and kind of remove a few walls and open some things up, put some bigger windows, and it can make a 50s house that wasn't really your style into a brand new modern home, and there's a big need for that now.
Yeah. And what kind of suggestions would you give to someone who wanted to start out investing in, you know, a fixer-upper type house?
First of all, make sure that you've kind of got a cushion ready to do it. If you watch some of these flipping shows, you'll realize people kind of get in over their heads. They expect it's going to cost one thing, and you find some little things you weren't expecting, and all of a sudden your prices go up, and you're kind of really stretching to hold on to this property. So make sure you've got a little bit of a cushion. Make sure you've got a great contractor, and even if your contractor's great, don't just trust that they're going to do everything. You need to go every day and take a look at it, make sure that you're hands-on, that nobody's taking advantage of you. Don't pay anybody up front ever. If you do that, sometimes, you know, you might not get exactly what you thought you were going to get. Keep an eye on what the trends are in the neighborhood. Don't put a modern house in a neighborhood that's all Mediterranean, or kind of have an eye on what the neighborhood is like, and what you can do to kind of be in the same style as the rest of your neighborhood. And also, don't try and over renovate things. Sometimes people do that, and they put a lot of money into things that they would like to have in their own personal home, but this isn't your dream house. You have to remember, this is dream house for somebody else. So, you know, make sure that you're kind of keeping within your budget and doing things that are realistic, and that kind of suit everybody's taste. Don't paint everything pink. You know, try and stay with
dark.
Yeah, no, even if you really like pink, save it for your own house, not for the house that you're trying to sell to somebody else. You really want to kind of be an open canvas that anyone can envision their furniture and their lifestyle in.
Right. You want someone to feel like they can just move in and personalize it the way that they want.
Exactly. We recommend neutral palettes, lots of light, lots of windows. Change your fixtures and your lighting, and you know, not just for investment homes, but for your own personal house. New fixtures, new lighting, updated windows, countertops. Those are things that you can do slowly over time. They don't cost an arm and a leg to do, and it really kind of makes something more modern and more sellable.
Yeah, well, Amy, thank you so much. You've given some really good advice for people that want to flip a house.
Thank you.
Sure. And if you want to learn more, go to networthrealtyusa.com/Dallas.